pretty much wraps up to the point Jonathan has to go basically kill his brother Dio. It's a it's a very good starting point because you got a good guy hero. It's interesting. There's no like super enforced theme, like because some people don't like the friendship conquers evil or something, but it kind of hints at something like there. Like they say that Jonathan's the ultimate gentleman, but even for its early time, it's pretty innovative, and that was just like on running and just fun and crazy and bizarre. So then part 2 comes up.
Right. Part 2 is about Joseph Joestar, also known as Jojo, and he is the grandson of Jonathan. And basically, part 2 revolves around him and an Italian man named Caesar Spelli as they try to stop super vampires, or pillar men, from obtaining a mystical stone called the Red Stone of Asia, so that they can become the ultimate life form.
Those are the pillar men. Those are the bad guys. As we say, I think you can see some of his art style, poses, muscles.
Waking dead ends. So they're Jewish symbols.
Did anyone, any Mac experts know how to like use that sounds like preview slides? Oh my god. So, part 2, grandson of Jonathan Joestar, Joseph Joestar, basically needs to hunt down super vampires. Now, part 3.
Part 3, also known as Stardust Crusaders, follows the grandson of Joseph, Jojo Taro, also known as Jojo.
He's second from the right.
Where's the fatness?
The half-hat.
The 16-year-old next to that 60-year-old.
That 60-year-old is Joseph. And okay, basically part of 3, at the beginning of part 3, Dio comes back from the dead, having Jonathan's body. And it's basically it introduces stands. And with Dio's awakening, stands are awakened throughout the Joestar bloodline, including Jotaro's mom, who can't really handle having a stand, so she has 50 days before she dies, unless Jotaro and company can kill Dio, which unawakens her to stand somehow.
It works. It just works.
That's fine. Give you a heads up though. We're just giving you a synopsis of how the plots get started and they take off. We're just giving you how the beginning is explained. There's plenty more twists and crazy stuff that happens throughout each adventure.
Really? It turns out it's very straightforward.
That's Rose fan.
Bizarre. Perfectly reasonable adventure.
Okay, you understand. Yeah.
Yes, one of the main characters is Boston area.
And it also
Why would you tell me that? Why would you tell me that?
Spoilers. Spoilers to the anime. Yeah.
So part 4, also known as Diamond is Unbreakable, or Diamond is Not Brash, is about Josuke Higashikata, who is Jojo. And he's the illegitimate son of Joseph. I'm looking at you, Joseph. And takes place in the small Japanese town called Morio. The part actually looks into the cause of stands, which is an arrow. When it pierces you, you grow a stand.
It just works.
It's an anime, don't question it.
That is the
Jojo. Question.
Pictured right here is the main character. Now, during part 4, on the left side is how he first started drawing main character and everyone else, but still like bulky, kind of like they like chisel level stone. And he moved to more like a, I don't know, something else now.
Like from Manly Coast to like
Can you bend your arm like that? Like backwards? Bend that arm.
Also important to talk about, if you're trying to read this, I think the only full translation of the whole part has only been done by Chinese school students who translated it from Japanese to English. So it's a really bad translation. So that's the Duwang translation.
Real fans read the Wang.
Probably
There was like
They failed actually. So be sure to look for the one that's not Duwang. It's not complete yet, but I think Tim's doing it.
The Invincible Trio.
Oh, actually, never mind. Find the Invincible Trio translation. That'll be better to read. Part 4 is interestingly, it's more about a lot more character development because before you speech like characters get introduced and one by one they fight better opponents in their way. This one kind of like had a revolving set of main characters who weren't necessarily with each other all at the same time, kind of sort of.
It's like the closest thing to a slice of life manga that you can get with JoJo.
Yes. Also, interestingly, there was one character named Rohan. Besides the main series of JoJo mangas, there's also a lot of like one-shots and side series. Rohan in particular has a lot, known as Thus Spoke Rohan, and the big one in Pine going to Gucci.
And he goes to the weird ones.
Or Rohan.
And Wang translation.
Any JoJo fans know what that was originally supposed to say?
That's what it's supposed to sound.
What a beautiful
I actually don't know.
baby.
I'm pretty sure that's
Feels
not
like a
accurate.
reindeer. Choo choo.
Yeah, the original town's called Morayo. You got two wings now. Part 4, the first half was about what he said, the second half is kind of about, they kind of get sidetracked, I think just happens. I don't want to give it away, but it's pretty okay, because at that point you're going to get the main characters and everything. So then part 5 comes next.
Part 5 is about, or Part 5, Bento Areo, or Golden Wind, is about the son of Dio, or maybe Jonathan, or both. And his name is Giorno Giovanna, or Giorgio. And basically he aspires to become a gang star.
No explanation given what that's supposed to mean.
It's actually supposed to mean gangster star. Yeah.
Yeah,
It works.
Famous Infamous. Yeah, the perhaps about this actually.
Well, part 5 is all about gangsters killing each other with skins. And it kind of just happens, you know.
Can any JoJo fans help me out? Like, what's the plot?
Giorno wants to stop the drug trade in his town, so he joins the gang to stop it.
That is exactly what gangsters do after all.
He wants to stop crime, so he starts killing people.
Picture that's the main character of Juno. These are the main characters, the gangsters.
Oh, but also, part 5 is kind of expands on the lore of JoJo, and it like goes into a bit more detail about the arrows and like
Where stands come from.
and what happened to them.
But then they never go back to it for some reason. By the way, they're in casual clothes. They're not in outfits. Like titles. They're all men.
Even the third one to the right. Third one from the right.
So I think at this point he sees our style still changing, going from manly to more Fabulous. So next is part 6.
Yeah.
This is the main character of part 6. What do you want?
Her name is Kujo Jolene, and she's JoJo. And she's actually the daughter of Jotaro. And basically, without getting into too much detail, because I'd be spoiling it, Kujo is framed for a crime and she's thrown into prison.
Then lots of kind of sort of happen. And she kind of escapes jail and kind of doesn't, and things go bad, and something else happens, and someone gets crazy planned, and
And snails.
any help from the fans?
Snails.
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 Dio,
This is what the Adam Average.
kind of.
Dio kind of,
So sort of
but
come
not
back.
really.
Kind of.
It's more of a metaphor.
He's there in spirit.
Romance film with Dio.
For real, serious.
So, without saying what happens in the end, you just need to know that the next part is 150 years back in time. That's actually forward in time in another dimension. That's not really another dimension.